Okay, hello, good morning. I noticed that I can actually stream in 4K. I'm not sure if my camera is doing that at the moment. But yeah, oh, what's this? Terminal. But yeah, let's try this. It should be like super crystal clear now. And yeah, I'll figure out the camera. I just looked at this when I got started. So yeah, now I don't have to change my resolution all the time, which is nice. Cool. Does everything work? Yes, it does. Okay, so last time I got a bit frustrated with testing. And the reason I got frustrated is that if we were to use act and something async happens, so for example, I do a promise, I could do like async, await async, and this would indeed handle the async dispatch. But it there's some trickery here. Like it's not just like it's not awaiting the actual execution of everything or of anything. So it's like internally in React, it does this. It waits a couple of ticks to like throw the error message, which was super confusing to me. But then there is this library called testing library. I think it's Kenzie Dodds, and the way we would express anything async happening is basically like this, and this is so straightforward. So the thing is, like by default, we just always use act, because that just handles like the initial change, like the initial dispatch. And then we're able to check if we move to the right state. And then if anything async happens, like it runs a side effect, we can just await. So now we just wait for a certain state. And that takes care of like the error message, because I'm a little bit unsure. Maybe that error message might still happen. I need to test it a little bit more, because this is like every 50 milliseconds. It does a check if this is true. And it wraps like an act around it. But I guess like there's some scenario where there's like an async dispatch, and then this doesn't catch that, I think. Maybe it does. Like this is surprisingly complicated under the hood. Just wait a minute. I'm just going to close the window. There we go. But anyways, I'm happy about this, and the tests are like even more straightforward. So yeah, super happy about this. The sad thing though is that we have this create storage mock, which was like super straightforward. We could just add something to it. Like we could actually like add storage to it, and then it would actually have implemented all these different methods. This is more flexible, and I guess we can still do this. This is, yeah, it's more flexible, and yeah, I think it makes more sense. Anyway, so we got to the point where we have successfully validated that when we move back to focused, it will try to load the Excalidraw again. It moves to loaded state. So that's good. So that means that it does do the fetching. And the thing we need to do now is we want to test another thing. And that is when we should set focused dirty state when app becomes visible again with dirty changes. So the thing is, now it's unfocused dirty, 30, dirty. And because we did test that, right? So yeah, when it's syncing dirty, it moves to unfocused dirty. So when focus dirty. And the thing here is that we don't need to await anything now. We can just test it. So now it should be unfocused dirty. Sorry, focus dirty. Why are you constantly popping up? Let's see. Let's test this. Oh, we don't have focus dirty yet. So let's implement that. So we have focus dirty, and now when it's focus dirty, we're actually not going to go and grab something from the server. We are going to, let's see, focus dirty. In this case, we should either be able to like just continue, which moves us into like an edit state, or I guess loaded. Or we actually want to go and grab. So this is the scenario where you leave the app when it's dirty, and you might have made changes on a different machine, and when you're coming back, we have to ask the user if do you want to use the latest version, or do you want to continue on this version. That's what we want to do. And currently it does that even if you just leave the tab for like 2 seconds. But we could introduce like a timestamp here to only run this logic when a certain amount of time has passed. But I don't think this will like happen often. You have to leave the tab exactly when, like within a second of syncing. So yeah. Okay, so when we're focus dirty, we either want to move into a loading state, which goes and grabs the Excalidraw again, or well, do we want to move to a loading state? Well, I guess actually we don't want to move into a loading state. I think we need yet another state because the loading state is actually like that's just the spinner, right? That's how we think about the loading state. We need a refresh state so that we keep the UI, but we, for example, do a read only on the Excalidraw while it's refreshing. It's interesting. Okay, so we have to create a couple of new actions here. We need to, we can call it refresh. Well, let's introduce them first. So we have, and it's interesting, like the complexity of this thing is becoming quite type refresh, and then refresh from storage. Continue. Maybe refresh and continue. They don't really describe. So refresh from storage is good. Continue. I guess override. Override in storage. Yeah, let's just try to be explicit. We could call, well, of course we can like continue. We can actually populate this with, can I do like this? How does it? Oh, this is nice. Refresh means when dirty focused, when user focuses tab with a dirty change, go grab latest from storage. And this would be when user focuses tab with a dirty change, continue with client version. Yeah, I wonder if this pops up somehow in oh, this is interesting. We have to test this. If I do, let's see, dispatch, type refresh, does it like say anything somehow? No, I don't get like any intelligence on that. That would have been interesting. Yeah, that would have been certainly been interesting. Anyways, doesn't hurt to comment. So what we want to do is that when we are in this focus dirty state, we want to handle the refresh. And if we do refresh, we actually want to move into a refreshing state. So we need that as well. And then we have, wait, reopen? Do we actually use that? No, this is, let's see, where are we? Continue. In this case, we're moving into a loading state. We're, sorry, not loading, but into an edit state. And we need to grab the data. So we're just keeping what we have, right? Oh, I guess. Okay, let's move into a loaded state because we don't need the image there. Okay. What's actually the difference between edit and loaded? Why do I have both of them? I wonder. So when I'm, yeah, I wonder. So when we're loaded, oh, it's the initialize canvas. Okay, so we actually do need to move to edit because yeah, loaded is when it's waiting for the canvas. But that's already there, so we're not waiting for that. We want to move to edit, but we don't really have an image here when we're focused dirty. Okay, so we need to bring along the image so that we have that available. So this is what I meant about like this is what I meant like props passing. We're like when we move between these states, we might have to. Oh, blur doesn't have the image. Got that. So when we're dirty, okay, I think we should just like add a base thing here. Base context. So, and the point of a base context is, okay, this is something that we really just want to have all the time. So we can do, okay, so with loaded, we don't have the image. That's perfectly fine. But with edit, we have the image and everything. So basically, in all other states, we have like a base context. We have an image, we have the metadata, we have everything. And that just ensures that whenever we move between these states, we always have this base context. And TypeScript will ensure that we actually have that base context. And we could write this a little bit differently. We could like do, or like, yeah, we could write it a little bit differently, but I think this is perfectly fine. So let's see. Now it's yelling like crazy here, because now we want image here as well. Yeah, so what we could do here, we could say current context. Can we do this? Oh no, because yeah, of course. Oh, sorry. So we can do this, I mean. We just want to change the state and we just want to change the data. Everything else is the same. And we can do the same here. Current context. Okay, this cleans it up a little bit. Okay, and again, we can just do current context. And I guess we can use this a lot now. Okay, this makes it way better. Current context. Current context. Cool. Current context. We have new data there. And current context. And here we move to 30, current context. And again, current context. Cool. This is way better. We actually cleaned up a ton there. Okay, so this is nice. We have this base context. So this is basically what whenever we are actually loaded, this is what we always have available in every state. And then our handlers, our transition handlers, ensures that we actually do keep a reference to these things. And TypeScript is helping us with that. So that's good. Oh. Oops. Oops. Yeah, hopefully we didn't break anything here. Oh. Yeah, loaded, that's okay. That's a special one. That doesn't actually have the image because we have to load the canvas before we can actually create the... Oh, we have some more. And here as well. And let's just get this cleaned up. And again, I hope I didn't like miss, well, I guess I'll see that if there are any dangling variables here, or arguments, I mean. Okay, cool. So let's refocus here. So what we want to do is, yeah, and now we have an image here. Okay, we need to add that image now, of course. Cool. And so what we want to do is when we're on focus, we want to go to focus dirty. And currently it's not doing that because we need to trigger these actions. Let's see. Unfocused dirty. And then we trigger. So it should go to focus dirty. Yeah. So when we focus, when we're unfocused dirty, we want to go to focus dirty, like that. And if we save that now, we should move to that state. Good. And then that's okay. And then we have to check. Wow, this is interesting. So let's copy this other one. Let's copy this one. So when we are should go to edit when continuing from focused dirty. So when we're focused dirty, so let's set that as initial state, focus dirty. When this happens and we trigger Excalidraw dispatch, like this has to come from like a user interaction, right? And when we trigger continue, we don't have to await, because now we should get to the edit state immediately, because we're not doing any data fetching or anything like that. So let's try that first, see if that works. And it works, that's good. And then we have this refresh. So let's add, oh. Yeah, I guess we need current context here as well. Oh, sorry, yeah, we don't have the refreshing state. So we need to introduce that. So in our state refreshing, I guess when we move to refreshing, we don't really, well, we do have, yeah, so when we are refreshing, we still have the base context. It's only that it's going to update. That's the thing. Refreshing. And what's going to happen here is that we're going to get like we're going to do the same as we do here. We're going to do like, we're going to load it again, and we're going to get a loading success and a loading error. So this is going to be the same as if we're focused. Maybe we can reuse that state. So when we're focused dirty and we want to refresh, we can actually just move to focused. Yeah, let's do that, because then we don't need that additional state. That's going to be helpful. Like, we don't have to introduce new states if it's not necessary. So here we just move to focused, and that will like trigger the fetching, and we should go back to an edit state. From focused, and then should eventually go to edit when continuing from when refreshing. This is interesting. Well, should go to should go to focused. Should go to focused, fetching data, then edit when refreshing from focus 30. This is interesting. So we are focus 30. We're going to do a refresh instead, and this should immediately put us into focused, but then we should await. Let's just copy the one up here. Let's copy the one up here. And then let's just await for it to be in edit. Oh, do we actually want it to go into loaded? And go to edit. Yeah, this is interesting. This is actually wrong. It should go to edit. You shouldn't go to loaded when you move to a focus state. So let's see, maybe something breaks now. Yeah, exactly. So let's see. We have something wrong in our code. Yes. This should go to edit. But now we're missing the image here. But when we're focused, we do have the image. So we're just using that from our existing. So when we go to focus now, we actually move to an edit state. I guess the only issue here now is that we should create an image based on... We shouldn't do this. I think we don't need loading success. We need to do like reloading success, because when we're loading, we are just grabbing the Excalidraw. We're not creating the image from that response. But wait a minute. We can do that now. The reason I built it this way is because I wasn't sure how to build the image or create the image. But now that's a side effect, and we can use that even in the... Okay, this is going to clean up a little bit. So I think we can actually remove the loaded state. And yeah, let's try this. Let's just try to implement it. So we're removing the loaded state. And this should move us into edit. And we want loading success to actually give us the image as well. Wait a minute, initialize canvas success. Do we actually, I can't remember. Do we actually need... Wait a minute, where do we actually get the image from? What is this image? I can't remember. So Excalidraw canvas, ready promise, uninitialized. I guess this is where we handle the uninitialized. Oh, we're creating the image. Oh, yeah, but this is silly. But what's interesting here is that we do want to wait for the initialize canvas, but we don't want to create the image here. We just want to say that we actually have... Okay, this is interesting. I don't think we can actually remove the loaded thing. How do we want to do this? Because when we're loaded, we move to loaded, And we can have the image ready here. That's my point. But we do need to move to loaded because we need to wait for this thing. But we don't want to get an image there. Okay, now I'm getting a hang of this. So initialize, this is not where we get the image. We are going to create the image from within this feature. So we're going to do this. And we are going to already have the image here. On loading success. Which means that we also have the image here. So on loaded, we're also going to have the base context. And base context. Bear with me here. This is going to be good. So on loading success, we are going to actually pass in the image as well. Because we do have all the data we need to create the image. That's the point. This is going to be a much better separation. Let's see. Okay, so let's fix that first. So when we're in loading, we go in here and we have this thing. We have the response. So what we're going to do, we're going to say create Excalidraw image, and we pass in response data elements. And what was the second thing? Update. Well, I guess we don't only return that. We let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we have to do like a then. And now we return. Well, I guess we can just dispatch from that point. This is the tricky thing with yeah, no, I think we're going to make this a little bit nicer. So we're going to return the image and the response here. And then we're going to dispatch that. Okay. We don't need this stuff. So we create the Excalidraw image, blah, blah, blah. We got that ready. Yes, so what I'm thinking now is that this piece of logic here is something we can reuse. We can call it load Excalidraw. So what we're going to do now, we're going to create a function here called load Excalidraw, and that's where we're going to put this thing. Oops. Cool. And now we can reuse that down here. It's the same thing. We also want to load the Excalidraw when we're focused. Cool. So we clean that up. Nice. And then when we're focused, we have loading success, which means that we have all these stuff. Okay, this is a good refactor. Yeah, let's clean that up later. Let's make our test run first. Oh, we have an error. And what is that error? Interesting. So this is, where is this? It's really hard to like find, oh, 236. Okay, so it moves to error. So there's something going bad here. Maybe I wish I could see the error more. Like, if I look at the context here, I will actually see the error. But okay, let's run this one in isolation. Let's see what the error is, and it becomes more clear. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum, 236. Let's just console.log context. Focus. Oh, create Excalidraw is not a function. Yeah, of course. We need to mock the Excalidraw thing. There we go. Because now we're actually creating the image when we're loading again. Cool. And this should also now happen on the other one, which is on line 380. We need to mock our create Excalidraw image. Nice. So the tests are happy. We are refreshing, we move to focused, and then we end up in the edit state, which is what we want. And we have refactored all this stuff so that we have like a base context of data, metadata, and image. And that is actually being moved across all these different states. And we have actually implemented this insanely complex async flow with our mental health of leaving the tab. So if you don't have any changes, it moves to unfocused, which means when you get back, it will just go to focused and grab the latest version of the Excalidraw. If you have dirty changes that's not being pushed yet, it will actually, it's going to ask you if you just want to continue with the version you have locally or override it with what you have on the server. So what we need to do now, like now we have actually test-drivenly implemented this crazy complex async logic. And what we want to do now is to ensure that the UI actually follows all of this stuff. So the nice thing now is that when we introduce these new states, we have to make, like TypeScript tells us now that, okay, there's some new states here. You have to ensure that you deal with these states properly in your UI because we're using the map here. So everything displayed in the application related to states, it yells at you. So it ensures that you actually cover all of them. Okay, so when we are focused, that means that we are moving in, and yeah, I think we should actually show this with opacity like this. Let's move this up, because when we're focused, it means that it starts loading. Focus is maybe not the right term here. Maybe it should actually be refreshing or something. Yeah. Anyways, when we are focused dirty, I think we want to do the same thing. We kind of want to show it as disabled, and we'll see how we can actually fix this a little bit later. So we can actually do, let's see, const render Excalidraw. We can rather cut this thing out, and we'll rather do it this, so that we can say What's this? Notification. Goddamn, people are calling me all the time. Oops. Damn salespeople. Okay, so we're going to let's see. What's this called? What's this button? It's the it's the clipboard button. Button style. Yeah. Yeah. Just 2 seconds. All right, hello. So you might wonder, why are we so explicit about this? Why is it undefined here? And the point is that if we didn't have this logic and being this explicit, and we introduce these new states now, I would definitely forget about this. I wouldn't think about, what state should that button be in related to these states. So it might seem like it's a bad thing, but it just helps you to not introduce bugs in the user experience. Let's see. What I really wanted to do here is... what did I want to do? I wanted to... clipboard styles. This is what I wanted to do. And I want to say... active or something. These are variants. clipboard variants active. And we have disabled. Yeah, this is interesting. I wonder if I could, because we have, it's not only the styling, it's also this thing. This is a little bit tricky because we have styling variants and they don't necessarily like adjust to its content, or does it? So syncing, dirty, all of them, yeah, they have the same styling and the same content. Well, I guess it should be like that. Yeah, let's try this. So we have, yeah, clipboard variants, but we rather do, how would we do this? This is interesting because we want to express two different versions. It's basically two different versions. It's one where it has the loading indicator and it's like a spinner. Sorry, loading indicator and opacity is lower. And then we have the version where it's a clipboard icon. But then we have when we actually have edit clipboard, that's when we have this color. Okay, let's split them up first. Okay, so clipboard styling variants. Sorry, I'm like it seems like I'm over engineering and like thinking a lot about this stuff, but I'm trying to see like how can we actually express our code when we have these explicit states. Like there's no doubt that they're good. As I said, like now I'm actually thinking about this button because I'm actually using explicit states, and I've through the API it's enforced that you have to think about them also in the UI when you're using map. But it's like, how do I best express it? So clipboard content variants. So we would have, yeah, this is interesting. Like how, so it's active. Yeah, so we have active, inactive, and disabled. Let's just try this. We have to try something. So this would be opacity 0.5, and active here would actually be, it would have this thing like that. But it also has it on inactive. Well, okay, so this shouldn't be active and inactive. This should be loading and loaded, really. So either it's, this is when it's loaded. Yeah, sorry, this needs to be functions. This is when it's loaded. And yeah, what do we show there when we don't have any? So when we're like error loaded, loading. Yeah, and let's just do context here. Oh yeah. Okay, interesting. how do we want to express this? What do we want to call this when we don't like really have anything? Like we could call it no op. Okay, so what we do here, we would say clipboard styling variants. Oh yeah, these also needs to be functions. So we would say clipboard styling variants. Active. Oops. Disabled. 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 Oops. And then this would be, yeah, and then we have no up here as well. So when we're in edit, we want it to be no up. I wish there was a way to invert this. Well, we can talk about that, because what we really want to do, we want this API to ensure that we actually express every single state. That's something we want. But it would be nice to express it in a in an inverted way. So you would say, okay, I want in, I don't know how to express that with TypeScript. Like, how would this look like? Sorry. Oh. How would this look like? So map makes sense. Like, it's the state and then whatever. But we want to do the opposite. We want to do whatever. And then what states does that? Okay, so what it could do, one way to express that, let's explore this, is to say, okay, well, then we don't know if we cover all of them. Well, we could do this. Well, then we wouldn't know. No, this doesn't work. Yeah, this is interesting. Maybe a way to express this would be, we would rather, and this is interesting. So we have, let's see, render context, well, render Excalidraw context. Let's create a type for that. Type render Excalidraw context. And then I think we should be able to do something like, let's see. Okay, we're going to try something here. So I just want to look at the typing. So we want to say state. Wait a minute. Oh, this is interesting. No, is this interesting? Yeah, okay. Oh, this is interesting. So let's try this other approach. So what if we do, one thing we need to fix that I noticed here in the typing is that this shouldn't be extends tmap. This should be extends context, and then this should be tmap t. I need to fix that. And the reason is what you're seeing here is that, what's it called? Excalidraw map. Now this map can actually take this specific context. So now it only has those states. So we need to fix that. Maybe we can do that right away. React states. This is like a minor thing, so let's just push it. Where do we have map? So this should be tmap t. This should be context. Tmap. Do we have tmap anywhere else? Yeah. C. This should rather be tmap c. Tmap. Same here. T in, oh shit, does this fail? Oh, this is transform. So K in key of T. No, this is still the right thing. Yeah, it understands that. What are you yelling about? Oh shit, are we... Oh. There we go. Context. Oh. Wait a minute. Tmap. Oh, sorry. This shouldn't be tmap C. T extends. Oh. Okay, anyways, this is okay. This can be... Oh, sorry. Let's revert everything. The only place we actually want to do this is inside these ones. There we go. So in this map, and then also in... Why isn't this working? Oh, god damn it. Why isn't this working? Type unknown is not assignable to type key of T. Because now we're saying that... What's the difference here now? Oh, it's this stuff. I guess. In key of T. And this used to be a map. Can I do... Let's see. Let's try something else. Can I do T extends context? Or... Let's see. C extends context, and then we say T equals tmap C. Let's try that. C extends context and T equals T map C. What? That didn't. Oh, that didn't make any difference. Okay. God damn it! How do we fix this? Oh, I really wanted to get to the actual API we can use here, because we can use the map to express both things. Like we don't have to like separate styling and content. We can actually just put them into like, this is the style for this state, and this is the content, and then we kind of do that explicitly for each part. But why doesn't this work? I don't understand this. Type tmap is not the same as type key of. So I guess it's because of this. T. But can't I? Why do I do this? Why don't I just do tmap C? And this is key of C. Shouldn't this be the same? I guess the reason we did key of tmap is because previously this wasn't like like you didn't have to add everyone, every single state, but you have to do that now. Okay, why is this yelling? So reducer says now that, oh, again we're at a different subtype. But this is true. Like, I guess this is true. Like, like, it's not assignment to the constraint of type T. So I think what it means is that like this transform, this context could be like have a different constraint. Or I guess this transition could have a different constraint than the transform. Like they're not like tied together. So like here we might only deal with two states, and here we might deal with two other states. Like technically, like it would never happen in practice, but like for TypeScript, I think we kind of have to is assignment to, but T could be okay. I have a feeling we have to do any here. We're going to build this, and then we're going to try the typing and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Well, of course it's yelling a ton now, but okay, let's try this. Now we have the proper constraint. What I meant is like, okay, so let's look at, for example, we have like edit clipboard. What we can do here, we can say that when we are on edit clipboard, we are going to return yeah, this is also interesting because the map only has a constraint on the states. It doesn't have a constraint on it doesn't have a constraint on the return value, which is kind of what we want here. But I guess this will show itself. Anyways, so the style here would be when we edit the clipboard, this is the style. And then the content would be when we're editing the clipboard, we want the this is the content. And then we would actually, so we would say this is the style and this is the content for each thing. So what we variants, and then we would say const variant would be variants context dot state, and this should be typed to like having. I just have to add everything here now, I think. So let's just add everyone. Let's see if this actually works, because I think this is a really nice pattern. Thinking dirty. There we go. It still says never though, which I find confusing. Why does it say never? I don't understand why it says never, because this should actually be like this or like nothing. So there's definitely something going wrong here. I need to fix this typing. I don't think we have time for more today. I'll see if I can get this typing working, because what's interesting here is like you can have variants and you can define like whatever you want there. It can be, yeah, exactly. It can be whatever you want. It can be styling and content and icon, and it doesn't matter. Like you just define information you want to be available at specific states. So you would typically not have like multiple map. You would rather have one map that provides the information you want on each state. And that's a beautiful thought, I think. I think. But why the, okay, let's do a quick time. Why does it become never? So in key of t, and key of t here is the context. Oh, sorry, I see the problem now. Let's move back to React states. So now that we change this and put the t map somewhere else, this can't be, this needs to be state. Oh, of course. I have to. Oh wait, I do need this. Okay, let's try again. I need to reference that other type. So basically what we want, C extends. Where does context come from? Oh, I already have the context there. Where are we? Yeah, well, this is okay. This is perfectly okay. But T, yeah, and T extends team. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh. God damn it. Let's see. I see now, because we're getting the context. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're getting the context from here, but we're constraining it down here. Like, we give the opportunity to constrain it down here. That's the issue. So we are having, like, we're saying that this map is tied to the full set of states, but we are also allowing you to override it here. Or that's what we want to do. And that's perfectly fine. So I'm not sure why TypeScript is yelling about that. I guess there are scenarios where that's a problem. But so what we want to say here is that C. Okay, no, I think C extends context is what we want. And then this becomes a T map of C. C extends context. And this equals, not extends, but equals T map of C. I think that's the right way to express it. And then this is in the states, and then we have the actual, where is the actual transition? Sorry, here it is, transform. And now the transform takes a context. Yeah, I think we'd kind of just have to make this work. How should this work? Transform map. We're saying that this becomes a map. This is what we're going through. But this is yelling like crazy. It's saying time is not assigned multi-type. Okay, the types returned by transform are incompatible between these types. Type T map extends blah blah. It's not assigned to type T key of T. So T map C state. And that's because these where are they? Transition here. Not transition, but transform. It says that it's not. Well, if I do equals here, I don't understand. We don't really need extends on that other thing because it is. There we go. because this is a map of whatever's here. Like, we don't need to extend that. It's always okay. I think this is right. Let's try this one, because this is going to be a good type update. And it still says never. Fuck. Why does it say never? TK. So key in key of T. And if it extends a function, then infer that return value. But for some reason it doesn't. Let's see, I'm just going to try to say like string here, just to see if it's like that thing that goes wrong. Yeah. So it's not able to do like TK extends this function. It fails on that for some reason. Why does it do that? Why doesn't it match extends infer R? Okay, I'm going to try something else here now. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to say tmap t, C, and then we're going to do C, and then we're going to say tmap C. Okay, so we have to do tmap C. Does that help? No. Fuck. Why doesn't this work? God damn, so annoying. So I have my transforms here based on the context passed in. I'm going through the keys. I'm checking if the current key extends a function. Like, why the fuck is this happening? Okay, so why does it match that function? I don't understand this. Wait, is it the tmap? Oh, maybe it's here it's failing. Oh. Let's move back to this thing. So the problem is it doesn't match this one. Does that help? Still never. And well, now it became any. Oh yeah, maybe because of what? Oh, god damn it. What the hell is this? Why does it become any? We have to get this typing to work. And I have no idea what's happening. Why the hell did it? fuck's sake, for fuck's sake. Why did it go to any? And if I do this, it goes to never. What the fuck? Just because I add an argument there? And tmap should, oops. State, and this should be context really. Oh, is it because this returns any? I certainly don't understand this. God damn it. So if it extends, so this is right. It's just that it's not able to infer the return value for some freaking reason. Okay, but if we move completely back to what it was, and I were to like do tmap, whatever. I still get never, but is that because I'm missing? Oh, god damn it. Or is there something wrong with this typing? I'm wondering. Oh, god damn it, I have to go. Oh, this is so annoying. Yeah, no, this is showing the right thing. Okay, so what the hell, where does it go wrong? And why can't I do tmap? Why can't I do this? Is missing the following properties. Okay, of course it does. Yeah, okay, so I guess the issue here is the way I do this. So I shouldn't really pass in the context here. What I should do is pass in. Okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I think the only thing I'm doing, I don't think there's anything wrong with the typing actually. It's that I'm passing in the context. But I actually need to pass in the whole Excalidraw thing. That's the thing. So here we have like render Excalidraw. Okay, but I only get the context there. Okay, I've identified the issue at least. So we have this map. So what we could do is we could allow a signature where so okay, this is interesting. So we could do like just map. Hello, map. Why isn't anything popping up? Map. Where are we? Where we don't even do this. We just say this. Yeah, now we have it. And we don't need these things. Okay, So the reason is that we're kind of out of, well, why is this yelling? Oh. Why does it say property loaded does not exist? Doesn't this return? Oh, sorry. Oh, oh, I'm thinking about this the wrong way. Yeah, so we do want a different tool for this, because now we are just mapping to a single value based on the current. Oh, I'm messing this up. Okay, I have to go, but yeah, I'm thinking about this the wrong way. I want to, maybe we should even call it variance. So I want variance of context. And basically, we don't even want, well, I guess we do want this thing. But what this returns instead of map, it actually returns all the values. No, wait. I'm messing this up. This is the variant, of course. Sorry. This is the variant. Yeah, so I think that's okay for the API, that we, if you want to map over a subset of the, subset of the context, then you have to use map, because Excalidraw map is the whole thing, right? So this is a way for you to do a subset, which I really like. And then of course we get variant here, and this will later, when we actually have style and content on all these returns, I will be able to say, okay, I want this variant style, I want this variant content, and then we can like use that. Okay, this is awesome. Anyways, bye for now. Well, I'll see if I can refactor this, and I'll show you on Monday. Bye bye.